Make sure that your store does more than just look good, right? Don't spend all your time focusing on your products. Spend your time focusing on making sure that you are getting people to do the things that you need them to do on your store, right? Your conversion rate is going to have a major, major impact on your profitability. What's up, ecom hackers? Welcome to another episode of Ecom Hacker TV. Today, I want to talk to you guys about something that is definitely very important. It's something that I get asked questions about all the time, right? And I think it's going to give you guys a lot of value, right? You see, if you've been struggling for some time to get your new store profitable and you feel like you've tried everything and you're still not getting any traction, you're probably making the number one biggest mistake new store owners make, right? So today we're going to break all that down. We're going to talk about the toxic lie that store owners convince themselves of. We're going to talk about the top 3 things that you need to do to really hit the ground running and get your store some traffic. And then we're going to talk about what you need to do after you launch that basically guarantees your success. Sound good? Awesome. So a lot of people that come to me and join my different programs, they have launched their stores, right? They're watching YouTube videos, maybe you, right? Looking at stuff on Facebook, looking at stuff on Google, researching. And then they get their store up finally, and they're like, hey, my store is live. It's time to start driving traffic, right? Let me go on Instagram and promote. Let me go on TikTok and promote. Let me go on Facebook and promote. Let me do Facebook comment sold. Let me do all these other different things. Right? And I'm going to send everybody my traffic or to my store, and they're just going to buy my stuff. The number one biggest mistake most store owners make is sending traffic to their store before they're ready, right? It takes so much energy, so much effort, so much time to get eyeballs and to try to throw up this stuff on social media and to be present and let people know. And you're sending people to your store. If they get there and they don't buy, that's discouraging. Right? Especially if you spent money to get those eyeballs there. It's discouraging. It's frustrating. You start to wonder, oh my God, what's going on? You spend more time trying to figure out, what's wrong with your Facebook ads, right? Instead of focusing on the things that are actually going to move the needle for you the most, no matter where you're getting traffic from, right? Driving traffic to your store before it's ready is one of the most toxic things that you can do. And it absolutely handicaps your growth. So before you start to invest time, money, and resources into driving traffic to your store, there's a couple things that you want to make sure that you are doing. And I actually talked about some of these things in the post that I dropped in the group yesterday. So what we'll do is I'm actually going to pull up the post and show you the screenshot and actually talk you through a little bit of what you're seeing there and see if we can make a little bit more sense for it. Sound good? Let's go ahead and dive in. Let's do a little screen capture action and let's see what we're talking about here, right? Hopefully you guys can see my screen. Again, this is from the post that we just dropped in the group yesterday, right? So I want you to look at that number 2 down there, right? Your online store conversion rate, right? Most of you, or most people that are starting stores and struggling early on have horrible store conversion rates, right? They focus more on getting a product up, getting a store up, focused more on, their products themselves versus giving people a good experience at checkout, building trust, doing the things that you need to make sure that you're doing to your store, right? To help you convert that traffic into clicks. Right? We spend a lot of time talking about conversion optimization. We've done a bunch of different videos and stuff like that in here. We're going to keep doing more, but this is a big thing, right? How many of your clicks are actually becoming customers? How many of your clicks are actually doing the things that you want them to do, right? You can see here, we had 6 out of every 100 people purchased, right? You compare that to a store conversion rate of say like 1% or 0.5%, we could pay the exact same amount for the clicks. Let's say I pay $1 a click, right? I spent $100 to get 100 clicks. Well, that bought me 6 buyers. 6 buyers times what you see as my average order value. That's what, like almost $200. So I doubled my money. Right? But if you paid that exact same amount for 100 clicks and your store conversion rate is, say, 1%, right? Maybe you have the same average order value. Now you lost money on that traffic. This doesn't work. It's the same traffic, right? What happens after they click and arrive on your store is what's making a bigger difference on your revenue and profitability than the cost of that click, right? If you can understand that concept, again, that's really going to kind of put you guys on the path to success, right? So when we're talking about the things that are going to move your needle the most with your online store conversion rate, a couple things you want to focus on, right? Definitely your homepage, right? How you're structuring your homepage, how fast is your store moving? How easy is it to navigate your homepage? How easy is it to get around, right? 80% of people are making a decision from this screen right here. What are you doing with them, right? That's your homepage. Then you start to get into your product pages. Again, you can see your product pages in your analytics, and we're going to circle back to that. Hey, there's a little bit of foreshadowing for you, right? But your product pages, these are your digital sales guys, right? Do you have social proof? Are you putting a focus on providing social proof to make them confident, right? Do you have things that are making them more confident doing business with you? Do you have urgency? Are you addressing the things that are important to them? If you're not, yeah, you probably are losing some major opportunity here. And you can see exactly how your product pages are converting in your analytics, right? Your cart pages, right? What are you doing on your cart pages? Are you surprising people at checkout? Right? How easy is it to finish the job at your register, right? If you're not focusing on your store and how easy it is and how quickly you can take your customer from walking in to your register, right? This is your conversion rate. Your conversion rate has a direct correlation with how profitable your advertising is, right? Your store conversion rate has a direct correlation, right, with how the traffic from your social media responds, right? Are you sharing stuff on social media and people get to your store and they're like, oh yeah, this is my homegirl store. This is my homeboy store. Yeah. I'll give them some good feedback because I know them, but would I do business with them if I didn't know them? No, right? How many of you are dealing with that right now? Make sure that your store does more than just look good, right? Don't spend all your time focusing on your products. Spend your time focusing on making sure that you are getting people to do the things that you need them to do on your store, right? Your conversion rate is going to have a major impact on your profitability, right? The other thing that you really want to make sure that you're doing is not betting it all on the first date, right? Not betting it all on the first date. What I mean when I say that, right? E-commerce is a lot like dating, right? Too many people are thinking that every buyer is going to be like a one-night stand, right? Meet and greet, close the deal, right? Sure, you'll find people like that, right? But how consistent is that? Can you count on that being a profitable relationship long-term? Can you count on that person to come back and shop with you time and time again? If not, then what type of brand are we really building here, right? You can't expect everyone to transact the first time they visit, which is why you want to make sure that you're capturing contact information. You want to make sure that you have lead generation, right? You want to make sure that even if the click does not convert today, you have the ability to convert them tomorrow, right? So I'm going to show you a little inside view of one of my students, one of the programs that we use for our lead gen, right? And I recommend my students use. And again, we're not going to go into too much depth as far as kind of what's being said and what's being offered. That's the type of stuff that we talk about in the ecom sales engine. But I just want you to see what comes from this sort of thing, right? When you look and you see, how much traffic is coming and being converted into leads, right? How much of those clicks are being converted into leads and then into buyers, right? Leads, buyers, right? Imagine if this didn't exist or that didn't exist. How many of these sales would go away in the last 30 days here, right? So it's about lead capture, but it's strategic lead capture, right? Do you have to have all these different pop-ups in place right away? I mean, I normally recommend it, but you at least want to be capturing something, right? So that way, if someone does not buy today, you have the ability to get them to come back and buy tomorrow, right? That lead capture piece is so important. And I see a lot of store owners completely skip that part, right? They completely skip that part. And then they end up really missing out on a lot of returning customer revenue, right? Because now you want to keep them coming back. And that also has a big impact on our conversion rate because of the type of offers that we make with our lead capture. We get some people are like, hey, sure, right? That sounds good to me. So make sure that you have some kind of lead capture in place on your store before you start grinding, sharing on social media, before you start, oh my God, paying for ads, right? Make sure that you are capturing people. All right. And then the last thing, the glue that really ties that together, ties the conversion rate together, ties the lead capture piece together, right? And that's having some kind of basic follow-up. Now, again, there are all type of different automated sequences that you can use inside of, say, like a Klaviyo or inside of like some of the different text message apps that I recommend, right? Again, you can see in the last 12 months, how much of our revenue came from email marketing, right? It's such a huge thing. And a lot of people completely miss this part right here, right? Completely miss this part right here. And 30% is actually about industry standard. That's not even a stretch. Honestly, that could be a little bit better, right? There's things that we're going to be rolling out this year to get even better results from our email marketing, right? But that's a third. A lot of people are missing that right now. And the average e-commerce store owner, 30% is your margin, right? 30% is kind of what you're making, you're taking home. So you could be leaving your margins on the table because you're not following up with folks. So again, you don't have to have a bunch of complicated sequences to get launched and get traffic running, but you at least want to have something basic in place, right? Something basic in place to get that new lead to convert, right? Or that abandoned cart to convert, something basic, right? Once you have those pieces in play, right, that makes it much, much easier to evaluate what you are doing over the course of over a period of time, right? So let's say we went to, let's do the last 90 days. Kaboom. And here's how you can like actually evaluate the stuff that you're seeing, right? So, okay, you can see last 90 days, nearly 100 grand in sales. When you understand how to read your analytics, you can guarantee your success, right? So we talk about, the number one mistake store owners make is driving traffic and eyeballs to their store before they're ready, because that's how you burn time, that's how you burn money, and that's how you burn your own self-esteem and start messing with your own psychology. And then it makes it harder for you to take the actions that you need to take to get the results that you want and build the business that you deserve, right? Once you have these basic things in place, now you can circle back around and all these analytics and these numbers and things can start to make a lot more sense to you, right? You understand your conversion rate, right? And what can be optimized. You can see where your top products are, where you need to focus your eyeballs at, right? You can start to see which landing pages you're getting the most traffic to, right? You can see which channels are doing the best for you. You need to understand these numbers so that way you can leverage them. Once you start to really dive in to your analytics and use them the way that they need to be used as a business owner, this is how you guarantee your success. Where are we missing the ball? Where are we losing money? Where are we missing opportunities? Do I have enough people coming back and buying? Are people spending enough when they come? What's my conversion rate when they get here, right? These are the type of things that are going to help you skip a lot of the pain and the heartache that new store owners deal with, right? When they just trot on into ecom because of things that they've seen on YouTube and really don't know what to expect, right? A lot of these people and the pictures that they paint on YouTube and in blogs are not painting a realistic picture for you, right? especially as someone coming in that doesn't have a background in marketing, doesn't really have a background in e-commerce. But if you do these things that we're talking about right here, right, you make sure that you spent enough time making sure that your store is optimized to convert, right, that you are capturing leads from your traffic, right, and that you are following up with that traffic. If you at least do those pieces, now you can get better results from the time you spend promoting, better results from the money you invest in your ads and all this other stuff that we talk about, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Google Shopping, whether it's fill in the blank, right? All that stuff just feeds into that, right? Understand that you guys are going to be light years ahead of the competition. And that's the whole point of what we try to do here, Ecom Hackers, right? So again, we're here to help. We're here to help you guys really take off. And in our next episode, we're going to be doing some more live store teardowns. So if you would like to be in the next video where we're going to go dive in, take a look at your store and point out some opportunities to maybe lift your store conversion rate, drop in the comments, say me in the comments, right? And then we'll go ahead and get you squared away to maybe feature you in our next episode and do a store teardown. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.